All right, a couple of things. First of all, it was not a step 16 addenda, it is a step 12 addenda for attaching these, and I completely skipped step 13, which adds all the little torsion bars, and I wanted to go over that real quick with everybody. Let's see if I can, there we go. I can kind of sort of get that close enough. So, what you're doing with this is you're attaching to this point here. There's a, I'm going to turn this sideways, might be a little dangerous. Right here, the little, right there, the fitting on the frame. And then the second part is right at the front. Here, we'll go with this right here, right at the front of the assembly is a little part. And you're taking this and you're attaching it. And look at the photo, it looks like the, get a pointer here, here we go. So the arm here has an empty spot there and a little bit of tapering, but it's got this collar. It looks like the collar comes out on this side. So this ought to be plenty fun in gymnastics. All right, I put a little bit of glue on each part. So at this point in time, I'm going to come in underneath and get that attached there. And you can see that there's some space there. Now, the deal is this piece, oh, that's why. Okay. I'm going to take that off. Okay, here's the problem. For whatever reason, when I glued this in, it didn't glue down all the way in. It's partially up. See what I'm talking about? Right here, that should be flush, and for some reason, when it glued in, it didn't pop down. And yeah, this could be difficult. So I'm going to adjust by bending this up a little bit. And I know that this isn't 100% accurate, but this is also something that this right here is not going to be seen. So what I've done is just adjusted that up. I'm going to put this back in. Thankfully it was not fully glued. And you want to do this before the glue sets underneath, because this adjusts the angle of this. That holds them in line, so you don't have as much wiggle room as you think you do, because yeah, all the other ones are correct. Let's try doing this again. Now, the other ones end up going in and underneath to there, to these movable arms on here. So that makes this a little bit more exciting. You still have the collar end on this side, like so, and it's going to go in. Just double checking. Yep, it's going to go in, but it's going to go in to here, deep inside there. This is annoying. So be aware, you've got some work to do. Don't slack off and think that this is going to be the easy part. This has got some challenge to it. So since it's the harder side to get, I would put this in first and have that start so it's sticking, And this really does require a good forceps. And then yeah. Again, put this in. Nice and snug in there. And if you wait too long, this will be harder than it should be. Because this will be starting to try and set itself really well. But anyways, you can get them in. And the plastic, at least what I'm with my tester's glue in that, is taking it and it's attaching pretty fast. So I'm lucky there. But you have to also be careful because these points, the points on these parts, it's just left over, right here and here are very delicate. They like to bend and even break. And I can't imagine how much fun it would be to use a repaired part to try and glue this together. Sounds like a definition of hell. So again, and this time I'm sneaking it in under this bar. There we go. And yeah, where did that go? It's snagged on there so well. There we go. Not my tweezers or my forceps per se, but all I'm trying to do is get a pressure fit real quick, and then I can adjust my wheel. Now, in case anybody has an alignment problem later on and they're like, oh, I can't get all my wheels to line up, nothing's quite right. If you look online at photos of the real thing, you will see that they don't all line up anyway. I was noticing each station is adjustable and has a different angle, so they don't look like they're all straight in a line unless it's perfectly straight going down the road. But when they park, even though, you know, you're just parking, they tend to have a look of everyone, you know, this is 1 degree, 1.5 degrees, 3 degrees, 7 degrees. It just has an odd look to it. The important part is we're getting these things on without breaking anything. So we got 2 more to go, and I've got them all pre-cleaned and ready to rock and roll on here. And again, I'm doing this while this glue is still fresh, because the longer it sits, the more impossible it's going to be to adjust. And adjusting is the name of the game right now. So I'm going in long first just to get that in the hole, let that just start, and then carefully going in to press fit that. And then once I've got that in there and setting up a little bit, then I'm adjusting that to the piece. So like I said, look, this one right here looks like it's a little bit angled. This one looks like it's a little bit angled. And the only way to change this is to change everybody. Like so. And there is a little bit of adjustment, but remember, all the glue is setting, so you do not have a lot of time. Think about this step beforehand. Give it some thought. And I'll try and go over all of them here in a sec after I've got them on. I only have so much room to work with this trailer on this box on my workbench, so bear with me. And remember, This isn't step 16. Yep. The problem is trying to get just enough pressure upward on the inside of that without launching it anywhere. And no, I haven't glued down the hoses yet. I realized that with the glue setting, I needed to get my button gear with putting these arms on before I glued those wires in, because the wires I can do at any time, but these arms are time sensitive. There we go. There. Now I have not done all the wiring in here, but I want you to see there's that arm, and they're going into this flat piece right here. That's going there. This one glues down on that one. This one glues down on that one. Now this is the time when you've got them all glued on, take a look down the line, or even grab a ruler and run a ruler down the side just to see where you're at with this. Are they even close to straight? If they're not, you can tweak them a little bit, but not too much. Just enough to make it look good. And like I said, these things are a little off in real life. But if you absolutely have to have them straight, I could see it being a bit of work. Okay, so this is the second part of addendum number for 12. I'm going to wrap it all together into one big addendum for this step, and good luck.